Would a war with China go nuclear? If so, how? And how would it end? Tensions over Taiwan and growing military posturing in the region raise these urgent questions. To answer them, CSIS and MIT ran a series of 15 wargames simulating a Chinese invasion of Taiwan using air, naval, and ground forces. Teams represented military commands, while a control group simulated political decision-makers. The war begins with conventional weapons, but teams could decide to escalate to nuclear use. The results of these war games were sobering. In 7 games, the China team recommended nuclear use. In 1 game, the US team made the same decision. Of the 8 games that went nuclear, 3 ultimately escalated to general nuclear war. Because the games did not fully simulate the political dimensions, these frequencies are not necessarily representative. But the games do offer insights about the military incentives for nuclear use and its possible course. Nuclear first use was in all cases motivated by a desire to avoid catastrophic battlefield defeat. When China began nuclear use, it targeted military units on Taiwan. US teams responded in many ways, including nuclear attacks on Chinese nuclear forces and cities, tactical nuclear strikes on Chinese conventional forces, and sometimes with discouragement and withdrawal. None of the simulations produced a total victory for either side, whether the players used conventional or nuclear weapons. When both sides possess nuclear weapons, total victory is not achievable. So what can the United States do to deter such a conflict or ensure a quick and favorable outcome if the conflict occurs? The United States should prepare off-ramps to achieve key objectives but provide a face-saving exit for China. The United States also should not expect nuclear superiority to intimidate China. Should it come to nuclear use, the United States needs to focus on operational targets, and decision-makers should become accustomed to the heavy losses of a great power conflict through wargaming and exercises. And finally, the United States should engage Japan and other allies in discussions on nuclear dynamics and scenarios. For more information, see the full report at csis.org.